I'm Seltzer, joined by DJ Tech Live, and in between us, we have some of the gentlemen who've worked on the game Mulaka.
Yes.
Got it.
Okay, I'm saying it right. Mulaka. This game looks incredible, but first, I want you guys just go down the line, tell me who you are, what you do for the game.
Perfect. Okay. So I'm Guillermo Vizcaino. I'm a programmer and writer for the game. You want to go for it?
I'm Adolfo Aguirre. I'm the PR publishing QA guy on the team. We're excited to be here.
Right?
And I'm also Adolfo, Adolfo Rico. I am the lead programmer of the game.
Fantastic. So you've brought some live gameplay with us to see it all set up, so feel free to pull that up whenever. But right off the bat, this game is really special because it tells a story that isn't told very often in games. So do you guys want to offer us like a little insight into what you're telling here?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, what we want to do with the game was there's this amazing culture that we've got on the northern part of Mexico called the Tarahumara. So these guys have like the craziest myths and the craziest legends, and you know, once you get to meet them, like once you get to know them, really know them, it's just so hard not to start thinking of this grand scenarios and these grand set pieces, because their legends are that good. And so we actually did it. We say, well, what better way to show that story than with a video game? And so we started working on it for like 2 years ago, and it's now almost out, and it's panning out really great. Everything in the game, absolutely everything. It's based off actual myths and actual legend, like every enemy, every location, every interaction. And it's just like, you know, it's our way of paying homage and paying like our respects.
Oh, wow.
We lean pretty heavily on actual anthropologists and going to the settlements and actually talking to the people and extracting as many lore as we could. And from that, building the most like cohesive story, linking those like individual myths together. And that's pretty much what the game does and what the game wants to achieve.
Well, as the writer, can you tell us a little bit about this main character that we just met here?
Okay, so the main character,
Not the frog,
not that
the
one.
guy.
I'll take that away.
The main character is Mulaka, and he is a shape-shifting shaman of this tribe. And what's special about him is that he is very much in touch with the spiritual world. So he's able to actually communicate with the gods and the demigods, and the overworld, the underworld, all of that. And that's important because in this world, you know, the higher gods, which are the god moon, the god sun, the gods of the twilight, they want to destroy the earth. They've seen how the world has changed. They don't like what they see. They think it's corrupted. They think it's just not what they envisioned. And so they've decided to actually restart everything, just wipe everything clean and start over from scratch. And you're obviously not really happy with that.
Yeah, no, that doesn't sound good for me.
Not at all. So your mission in the game is to actually get to them and convince them otherwise. Tell them that, you know, there's still a chance, there's still some hope left. And to do that, you actually want the help of the demigods. And that is why in the game you can actually turn into different animals. You get to the demigods and they'll allow you to actually take their physical form. So at this point, you already have met the first demigod. His name is Elawi. He is the ivory-billed royal woodpecker. And that's why you can actually turn into a bird and fly around. And, you know, there's other transformations in the game, like bear, the puma. Like every one of these guys are very important to the culture, and they have their own meaning and they have their own mechanics in game. And that's pretty much the gist of it.
So I see there's a large assortment of different attacks and skills that you were doing, like throwing your spear. You have a combo system, it looks like. Is there different weapons he uses, or is he's just with the spear the whole time? Is there a progression that you get more skills?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you have, obviously, I mean, for this guys, it was very, like, the spear is the iconic, like, weapon. But absolutely, you can do some upgrades to your weapons, to your skills, you can also turn, like, some of those transformations actually have some benefits within combat. For these guys, you know, it's very important. They're in touch with nature. So in the game, you can actually harvest herbs and craft potions from them.
Oh, so there is crafting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
Yeah,
I'll go do that.
Here we go.
So one of the things about Mulaka, he's so unique looking. How does his appearance relate to the culture story that you're trying to tell?
You know, for the spotted look, it's a very traditional ceremonial kind of like outfit or look for like these guys. I mean, everything. Again, it's really based off like actual stuff.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
So you know, the character really imitates what an actual warrior from this tribe would look like if, you know, all of this would have happened like in the real world.
So as he navigates through here, what do you use as the storytelling elements so we can really, you said part of the goal was so we can learn about this culture. How much do you think we are going to learn?
Oh, I hope a lot. I mean, again, every interaction I have with NPCs and like with the actual world really lets off a little bit of the lore. Now, obviously, the game is a game, and it's a game first, and it has to be fun. It has to move great. It has to have good combat and whatnot. But also, like things like this, like we have descriptors of, this particular enemy comes from this particular legend, and they have this particular like specific characteristics, and that way you can learn a little bit about them in game, and it turns into something useful in game. But also, because it's actually based on something real, you get to learn a little tiny bit about them. And at the end of the game, our mission is for you to have fun, a lot of fun. But also, even if just a tiny bit, we want you to learn about these guys and what's the background behind their great culture.
Well, so many times growing up, I just when I see something in a piece of culture that I love, I go on to research it. Like this can ignite such a spark. It's so interesting, and these characters so compelling.
We hope so.
Yeah.
We really do hope so.
It is very important for us to not just the educational tag, because Mulaka is not an educational game.
Yeah.
It's a fun, cool, action intense game before that just has the added value of being based on a real mythology and a real lore that really nobody knows about. So even if you're the kind of a person who doesn't really care much about the culture, I mean, you will have fun with this game because it's an action game. This is puzzle solving, there's exploration, there's characters, there's a good story in it, and we just added the mythology behind all of this so that by the end you will be like, wow, so all of this is a real legend, it's a real mythology, these people exist, and these are real places somewhere in the world. This is cool.
Yeah, lately there's a lot of games out that are trying to go that route. I'm so happy that you guys are doing this because there's a constant want for knowledge when I'm playing these games, asking these questions and stuff. So I think it's a very good idea, and I obviously want to see more. So.
And it looks, as you said, the gameplay too, very satisfying.
Right.
The jumping, the movement, the battle system, it feels very tactile, and I really just love the whole package of this, like how the art and how these characters, these polygons interact with the fighting. I'm very excited to see this game. I'm really grateful you guys did bring this to the
thanks.
stage.
Appreciate
It does get very intense later on in the game.
Yeah, it looks like it with all the transformations that are available,
Absolutely,
and you
yeah.
only increase that library. Well, guys, there's so much more about this game for viewers and gamers to find out. Where can they do that?
Please.
So they can just go to our website. That's lienzo.mx. It's lienzo.mx. You can just search for Mulaka everywhere. There's a lot of info on social media and stuff, and it's coming early 2018 to the Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC.
Every platform.
Everywhere.
That's fantastic. Thank you guys so much for bringing us this game. DJ Tech Live, thank you for helping me out here.
Thank
guys,
you.
we are just